Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. Find us on Facebook at MEOR DC, or MEORDC.org is our website. Check it out. It's spring break, and I'm in a wild mood tonight. You know, students of mine and students of others are at beaches and golf courses and discotheques. I don't know where you all are. I hope you're all being responsible and safe and having a great time. But spring break doesn't stop. Rabbi E sharing Torah insights and Jewish insights for your edification. And watch it even at the hotel bar. Okay, this week's Torah portion is Ki Seesaw. It's one of the most incredible Torah portions of all. So many huge events. Really, the main huge event is the golden calf. The tremendous transgression that the Jewish people committed 40 days after hearing God speak the Ten Commandments publicly at Mount Sinai. We're not going to go into detail, even in the few minutes left, on the golden calf. There's more to it than meets the eye. And many of the great commentators who we really need to look into to understand anything in the Torah properly, including the oral tradition of our people before the later commentators, but it wasn't mass idolatry. You can look at the verses, you can look at the aftermath where only a very, very small minority got capital punishment for an act of idolatry. It was a transgression, it was a mistake. Most of the commentaries explain along the lines of the Jewish people panicking. They thought Moshe was dead. He had not come down from the mountain. They wanted an intermediary or a physical structure to focus their intention on, their worship of God on. Most of them did not believe the golden calf created the heavens and the earth. It was like an intermediary between them and God, a physical image to connect them to God. It was a mistake. It was a violation. It was a transgression. But it wasn't a simple case of idol worship. But it was a big mistake because Judaism, as they were going to learn, as we always have to learn and relearn for ourselves, doesn't have intermediaries when it comes to relating to God and connecting to God. It's true, there are times when the Torah prescribes that we have, like the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur, a certain service that symbolically represented our whole atonement in front of God for the whole Jewish people, but not in the sense of I only can get to God if I do it through this intermediary, God forbid. Chas v'shalom. Every human being, Jew or Gentile, has a direct line to Hashem. Beautiful verse in Psalms. Hashem is close to all who call upon him in truth. Everyone. Don't need an intermediary. Don't need a Moses. Yes, Moshe taught us the Torah. Very important in our history. Yes, we did need him to teach us the commandments of the Torah, but to connect to God, to pray to Hashem, don't need an intermediary. But right before the golden calf is discussed, there are beautiful verses about Shabbos. Shabbos might not be an intermediary, so to speak, but it's a conduit through which we can connect to Hashem and we can get holiness into our lives. We really can't be a holy people properly without Shabbos, the day of holiness, the fountain of holiness. It says Shabbos is a covenant between us and God. It's a sign of the love between God and the Jewish people. It's the wellspring of holiness for us. No intermediary, but a beautiful conduit called Shabbos. Good Shabbos.